All right. Welcome, everyone. This is our first session of For the Honor, a Firebrands game very much inspired by She-Ra and the Princess of Power, as you can kind of see behind me. This is organized through the Gauntlet. We are a group of like-minded gamers who just get to hop online and hang out with each other and play ridiculous fun games. You can find more about the Gauntlet at gauntlet-rpg.com. There's going to be a link in the description if you want to go and check that out. My name is Sam Zimmerman. I'm going to be facilitating today. This is not a GM'd game. There's no game master who's running anything, but I will be facilitating, helping everybody through this. I use he, him pronouns, and you can find me on the Twitter at Typhos Games, Typhos Games. And I would like the other folks here to give us a little introduction. So why don't we go Maria and then Bethany and then Jex.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a game designer in Sword Prince Games, but also just a player here in the Gauntlet. Really excited to play any Firebrands hack game because there's usually a dance one. There's usually a dance minigame, and I'm like, because pre-pandemic, I'm like a dancer theater person. So yeah, lovely to meet you all and excited to play.
Bethany?
Yeah, hi, I'm Bethany. I use they, them pronouns. I'm on Twitter at Bethany Harvey. I'm super easy to find. I use my real name for pretty much everything. I don't even know how to dance, so that's going to be interesting.
And Jex.
Hi, I'm Jex. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me on Twitter at Jex J. Thomas, though I don't know why you would want to. And I'm really excited for this. I've never played a Firebrands hack yet, so I'm excited for this. And I think dancing in a Firebrands game is probably the closest I get to real dancing. So
Nice.
Awesome. So with that, let us get started. So I have the PDF up here. So let me share that for you guys. So this is our game. This is our exciting For the Honor. The first thing that we're going to do is kind of go over the basic structure of the game. There are 12 mini games. We are going to take turns, each picking one game to play. The first person to pick is the person who has most recently watched a cartoon, any cartoon. If somebody wants to volunteer for that when we get there, just be thinking about when was the last time I watched a cartoon. We have a couple of guiding principles that we should be kind of thinking about as we're playing. We should be curious. We should be asking questions about what's going on. We should be fans of ourselves and the other players. Play loose, keep the fiction fluid, invent things on the fly, and leave space for things to show up. And get messy. Fling yourselves into foolish actions, scandalous liaisons, and hasty allegiances. So the first thing we're going to do is build our character, and that's going to be kind of this sheet over here. So each of us is going to pick a faction, and from that faction, we're going to pick 3 traits for our character. So the factions are on this sheet. Let me pull this guy over here. This is not exclusive, as in we can have 2 people who are of the rebellion. We can have 4 people who are of the rebellion. It works a little bit better if you get a nice mix, but this is not like I'm claiming this one for my own. As long as we're relatively different characters, it all works out fine. So what are people interested in right off the bat?
I like either the Rebellion or the Wilds, I think. I would be cool with either of those.
Okay. Also, feel free to just claim a column in the character keeper.
I think the wilds would be fun, but honestly, any of them are cool with me. So if someone else wants the wilds,
Well, I was thinking about, Jex, you said you wanted the rebellion or the wilds?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the kingdoms is left open, and that's the one I was looking at anyway, so I will grab that one. And then from the faction, underneath here, you can see there are traits that are associated with the faction that you picked. If you guys can't read those, let me know and I will copy them into chat.
Yeah, if you could copy those in the chat, that'd be great.
All right, it looks like we all at least have our traits kind of set out. So the next thing is picking up to, this is completely optional, up to 2 abilities from this list here. And again, if you guys need me to copy that into a, actually I can probably put this on one screen. Yeah, there we go. It should be easier to read.
there you go, Maria. Dancing is on the special ability.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, I am making a harsh prince who might be Todoroki in another life. But yes, the dancing will be in the. I want him to be awkward in it, so it's not his. It's not his ability. I have the game also pulled up in my PDF. It was in the BLM bundle.
All right, it looks like we're all done with picking abilities at least. So all that's left to do is to, oh, come on. Now you're not gonna, there we go. Finish off the names and pronouns and descriptions of ourselves, and to kind of give ourselves descriptive looks. I don't know that there's a list of looks to pick from. I think it's just whatever you want. So take your time. If you need me to go back to any other pages, just let me know. And then whenever you're done, feel free to type done in the chat.
I think I'm ready.
All right. So why don't we go through and just kind of give a brief intro of our characters. And we are probably going to have time to do maybe one game and then we'll take our first break. That sounds good to everybody. So I guess I'll go first just to get us started here. So I will be playing Solara, who uses she, her pronouns. She is from the Kingdom of the Sun. Most people see it as kind of a desert wasteland, but we've managed to eke out our own little life out here, which is mostly why it's been kind of out of the way and not been involved with the rebellion or the Legion too much so far. She is angsty, radiant, and apathetic. And she always looks like her hair is blowing in the sun, kind of this big corona of golden glowing hair around her head. She doesn't typically walk, but she kind of prefers to float along a few inches off the ground. And she's got these piercing orange yellow eyes. And so why don't we go in the same order we had last time? So that's Maria, Bethany, Jex.
Okay, so hi, my character's name is Prince Nino. His code name's 3. His faction is the Legion, and he's basically part of the military, but he doesn't look too much like it. Like he has a normal uniform, even if he's a prince. He's typically nervous, but about feelings. detached because people are hard, and he's typically very considerate as someone who knows that a lot of unrest causes unintended consequences. So he just feels very, he's more strategic as a person, and thus it's kind of hard to really feel his heart. His abilities are clairvoyance and tactics because um, the nature of the magic that his training cultivated was more for information. And for looks, um I wish I could just paste my photo. He looks like that. And then so basically he's a my favorite wuxia boy, and all black, can easily blend into, oh, there you go, thank you. Thank you. And then he can easily blend into the environment kind of silhouette, deep brown red eyes if you look closely. And his hobby, because I just really like that ability, but you know, there's only 2 abilities. His hobby is baking, so he can occasionally smell like vanilla, like from the banana bread he makes. And yeah, since there was like a question for who raised me, was basically a retired general that at first he thought was just a servant, who's kind of like, I know Prince Nino has Zuko vibes, but I was actually thinking Todoroki from Boku no Hero, something more just in terms of emotional knowledge. And yeah, he stands for retribution and justice, especially those who've hurt his sister, or like who's hurt people from the Legion. There you go.
Very cool. Bethany, do you want to introduce us to Nocturne?
Yeah. Nocturne is uses she, her pronouns. She is from the wild, which I'm envisioning as this very mountainous, rugged area with like really deep valleys and canyons that the light never hits the valley floor. And because it's sort of always dusk there when it's not actually night, you get animals coming out at, you know, all the time that would normally not come out during the day. And she has learned to communicate with those animals. She's also very good at climbing, because you have to be to live in this environment. And she is tall, rugged, intimidating looking. If you look scary enough, you don't have to prove it. People tend to be a little bit scared of her at first. She's actually like not that tough, and she doesn't like to fight, which is why she sort of cultivates this appearance that she kind of naturally has, but she exaggerates it a bit so that people won't force her to fight. She is tough, oblivious, and gentle. And yeah, I think all of those are pretty self-explanatory.
I love that. And Jax, do you want to introduce us to Nosha?
Yeah, so Nosha uses she, her pronouns. She was raised in the rebellion and kind of slash by the rebellion. It's really the only life she's ever known. That has led to her being kind of a little bit weary about the world. A lot of people she's cared about have, been lost to the rebellion against the Legion. She's got kind of a rough and tumble look, kind of lithe, long dark hair, which she decorates with purple feathers. Kind of looks serious all the time. It takes a lot to like break down her defenses, I think. Has really dark eyes. She's the one who will like do the dirty work of the rebellion. Like she has no taste for politicking and making alliances and all of that. But unfortunately, whatever circumstances have led to this game have made it that she has to focus on that stuff, whether she likes it or not. She you know, when I say she was raised by the rebellion, like I mean that pretty literally. Like it was really like that. It takes a village to raise a child, kind of thing. Like she doesn't necessarily have like, you know, these are her parents. Like it's kind of like everybody. And one of the questions in the book was if you've met the Widow Queen. So I think she's met the Widow Queen of the rebellion, but like probably only once, and feels that like a lot of the stories about the Widow Queen are probably like exaggerated. Her traits are weary, fiery, and loyal. I think that, you know, it maybe takes a while to gain that loyalty, but once you have, she's steadfast. And her abilities are archery, because, you know, you have to be a cool rebellion archery girl. And stone, which I don't really know what that is going to entail yet, if that's like a like earth bending kind of thing or like something else. I think play to find out, right?
Yeah, I like that. So, I asked earlier, who has most recently watched a cartoon?
I read comics more often than, I mean, I read manga more often than watch, but probably a week ago is.
I
think
have a toddler, so I definitely watched a cartoon today.
Oh, okay.
Not
That
really by choice, but
hey, that counts.
yeah, if Puppy Dog Pals counts.
Sure, I think that counts. So, the first game is always discover something new. So let me stop share, switch back over to this. There. So the game discover something new is always the first one. And so this is your character by themselves. And so you will follow these rules as they're kind of written. And then we will use that as our kind of introduction to what this session is going to be about. I'm going to try and keep this a little more zoomed in, but if you need me to move to a different faction region, let me know. And this is Jex. Oh, sorry, Nosha going off.
Yeah, can I see the other column a little bit better?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. An ancient crashed ship deep in the wilds has begun to whisper again. What is it saying?
Okay. You get to answer the question, or the other option is that you can say I don't know yet, and we can find out during the game. And then the other rule is that everyone should feel free to claim that person, kingdom, or object is or is connected to their character.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. I like the idea that we maybe don't know what it's saying yet. Like we've heard, you know, these whispers coming from the wilds, but it's not in a language we can understand. It's in an ancient language that, you know, maybe there's like some mystics or something in the wilds that can translate it, but I think that we don't know yet what it is that it's actually trying to tell us.
Yeah, I love that. Does anybody else want to hop in and claim some part about this ship is connected to them?
Wait, which ship? Sorry.
So the option that got picked was an ancient crashed ship deep in the wilds has begun to whisper again.
Oh, I see, I see. No.
No, you don't want that?
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm interested if it's deep in the wilds. What has Nocturne run into this ship before, maybe?
Yes, I was there when it started whispering again.
Okay.
I don't know if I caused that somehow or I didn't touch it. It was not my fault.
How did it like affect you, like hearing the whispering? Like what was that like for you?
It was super creepy at first, and I like kind of backed away, and then I started listening because I could almost understand it, but not quite, and it drives me nuts. I go back there every once in a while just like because it's this nagging, like it's almost there, almost, but I still can't understand it.
Yeah, I guess the other question I have is if it is truly like deep hidden in the wilds, how did Nosha find it?
So I think Nosha, to once she's been put on this sort of like alliance making kind of mission that she's really ill suited for, I think that they've been, like maybe right now as they're trying to convince the different like peoples of the wilds, and she just gets so like worn out by all of the like having to be, like having to talk to all these other people and like kind of pretending to be an extrovert kind of thing, that like she'll just go and like wander off and kind of like walk through like the wilds and sort of like like a walking meditation kind of thing. And I think that she saw this ship. The whispering made no sense to her at all. And it was just, yeah, kind of scary, but um, also kind of enticing. I think that the whispering's very like rhythmic, but she has not told anyone that she saw this.
I like that. I like that the two of you have both found this thing, but neither of you knows the other one. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That'll be fun to play with. All right, I think that's a decent spot to kind of wrap up this is like our pre-title splash slide. So now we're gonna hit the title screen. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're gonna come back and get into our first kind of social game and see what that feels like. So I will see you all in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. So I think we're just gonna go in character keeper order. That way we can just kind of keep it consistent and not forget as Zoom starts spinning and randomly assigning people to different spots on my screen. So I think the next person is Nocturne. If you want to pick a game from this list here, if you can read that, if you need me to zoom in, then I'm happy to do so. Oh, helps if I actually share the screen.
Yeah, you're not
share the
sharing
dang
it.
screen. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, by the way, just to I don't know, is that flashback or yeah, on the whispers, I feel like Prince picks up some of the, like he gets it in some of his dreams because of his clairvoyance, but the only thing he understands is that like a brief wail and like the whispers asking for sacrifice. And then he just wakes up in a jolt and tries to not think about it, just watches his face, goes on with life. But he has a vague idea that something's up in the wild.
That's not ominous at all. I love it.
No, it's perfectly normal.
So do we all start with discover something new?
No. So the way it works is that we did discover something new. We discovered a thing that is going to be our theme for the session, and now you are the next person who gets to pick a game.
I see. Okay.
And then we will move on from there. And next session, somebody else is going to discover something new to theme that session.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I have no idea what any of these games are. So that's, I'm sorry if I pick a bad one.
There are no bad games.
Let's see, which of these makes any sense at all? I think maybe either venture forth or crossing paths I think would work.
I think I'd be curious how you and Nocturne would meet. Because you're both from the wild, right? Like, I'm not... Did I get that right?
Crossing paths if we want to see people meet. I guess that's a reunion in your context, or venture forth. I don't know.
Venture forth is like we are already together and we're going to go and do
okay.
a cool thing. So I think crossing paths makes sense if you want to do that. Yeah.
Sure.
So let's
do that.
let's hop down there. So do you want to read this out so that everybody knows what we're doing?
Sure. Yes. Choose one of the other players. You're meeting each other after having not seen each other for some time. Decide where you're meeting. Choose one of these. All right, who am I meeting? Let's see. I mean, after that opening, it would make probably Nosha would probably make the most sense. Or Nosha. That's it.
You don't have to, by the way. I mean, we can totally meet too if you want. The question is who captured who.
I'm trying to like follow from what's been established though. Like,
Sure, yeah.
Maybe someone can capture someone else in this game. So okay, we are meeting. I think we're meeting by chance on the road. Or, ooh, I came to you in secret against my friend's warnings. You came to me in secret against yours. That's good.
Those are both good. So again, this is a agreement between you and Nosha.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Jax?
I really like the came to you in secret or vice versa.
Okay.
I was thinking, maybe we had met previously on this potential alliance making meeting thing, and maybe that didn't go well. I don't know. But I'll put the ball in your court. But I like that one. Whoever came to whom is cool with me. So.
Okay. So maybe whoever my friend is, they don't trust you for some reason. Like maybe you said something accidentally that they took the wrong way. Who knows? They saw you doing something weird and they came up with a...
Can I volunteer as friend?
Sure, yes.
And maybe Nosha ticked me off when she was trying to recruit me for the rebellion, and I said no.
It's a little too persistent, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cool. Yes, that works. Yeah. And like so you told me not to trust her, but I think that maybe she has a point, and so I'm coming to see her in secret.
All right. Then ask your counterpart, when did we last see each other? And that is from,
As,
I think that is directed at Nosha.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, when we last saw each other was at when, my little group from the rebellion came to maybe one of the camps or cities in the wilds and tried to recruit folks. And yeah, it didn't go super well. So that's kind of, yeah, that was the last time we saw each other. Yeah.
Cool. And now you're back, and after having made a bad first impression, maybe you'll make a better second impression.
Or worse, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But I guess you didn't make that bad of impression on me the first time, because here I am. Ask your counterpart a question. They will answer. Oh, here's the questions. Okay. Answer it freely. If they will answer it freely, then they choose a question to ask you. You answer it. Okay. Cool. So,
These all kind of assume that we've known each other for a
For a long
while.
time,
It seems
yeah.
like, yeah. So maybe it was a while, like a long time ago, when that first meeting happened, and you heard that I was back in the wilds or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe we like spent some time together. The first time you were here, because they assume that we know each other pretty well, I guess. Cool. Well, it's been so long that I'm sure you'll hardly remember me. Are you surprised by what you see?
I am. I think in my memory, you were so intimidating that like I was afraid to even like talk to you. And but now like coming to me, there's something that's like less, like you're still intimidating. You're just like an imposing presence, right? But like there's some like opening or something there that is surprising to me. That, I mean, even just the fact that you came to find me, I think is surprising. I don't think that I thought I made much of an impression on you, despite the time we spent together.
Okay. You ask a question of me then, out of the.
Okay.
Off the
Since those days, I've been helplessly busy with my responsibilities, and I'm eager to see a friendly face. Does your face offer me friendship?
Yeah, I think it does. I think that I'm maybe one of the few people that you like did not offend somehow, or like I didn't take whatever, like your insistence that we needed to join the rebellion as like accusation of us being cowards or anything. It just struck me as you being, committed. So yeah, I think that I'm approaching you because I remember you, and I think that you probably need like an inroad here. You need a friendly face here. And you choose one of the closing offers based on the answer.
So really quick, the games, let's go back up and kind of look at what those are. Mincing words is a tense argument. Talking it over is a shared meal or an understanding. Meeting hand to heart is a closeness, a gentle touch, a beating of hearts. meeting blade to staff is standoff, an ambush, an exchange of blows, and giving chase is a close pursuit or a quickened pace. So if you think that any of those make sense to move on, you can say that is the next game that we do.
So I choose this?
Yes, so you get to pick from this list down here.
Yeah.
So you can pick any of those games, you can pick another game, or you can choose one of the other three options, which are more like tossing it back out to the rest of us to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I think I'm interested in talking it over, but I think also in terms of like sharing the spotlight, like we talk comfortably together for many hours, and then can kind of put it out there for the next scene, and maybe we come back around to what's going on with the two of us. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I think. I like that. I think I like the idea that like sort of just, once our defenses are down a little bit, we kind of just talk easily and effortlessly, and maybe not even necessarily like about the rebellion per se. It's always at the sort of corner of things. But yeah, I think it, going on for hours, just kind of talking back and forth.
I imagine it's probably a relief to you to not talk about the rebellion, to just talk about something else other than what your mission here.
Yeah, to not have to try to like convince someone of anything, or like try not to offend someone, or like I think that whole like trying to be a diplomat is not my bag at all. So it's really good to be able to not have to do that for a little while.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So going next to the character keeper, I think that's me picking another game. I kind of want to pick the same game, honestly. I want to meet Prince.
Sure.
And I have I'm going to pitch that we are what's the one? We are in another kingdom or stronghold, meeting both as guests. And that kingdom or stronghold is whatever this like wilds area is. Maybe
like the gate of the wilds. It's very sparsely guarded because there's tense terrain on either side. But they call the meeting up there, and we're both there.
Yeah. Bethany, can I ask you what you think this stronghold would be, and why, or who would have called us there to this meeting?
Have you seen, or at least seen pictures of the like the cliff cities in the American Southwest? Kind of like that, but like not made of stone and clay, but like sort of built into the rock.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's great. Let me see if I can find a picture for people who haven't seen that. I should just share a whole side of the screen so I can do things like this.
I see. Gorgeous. Okay, nice.
Yeah, so there are these like cities built under these rocks, and so it sounds like you're doing more of a like carved into the cliff face type fortress, and I love that. Yeah, so I think that there's a meeting of different factions. Maybe this is like negotiating a ceasefire type deal. If you're into that.
Okay. But why is it in the wilds though?
Because it's neutral territory, and so we're not.
Okay. Okay, but I feel like we're not in the meeting. The meeting's just done, and as usual, nobody agreed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like we're in like the one of the terraces, like the wind whipping in our faces, and we cross paths there.
That's a question. That's a good question. Is this before the meeting or after the meeting?
Oh, after.
Oh, okay.
Stressed. I am stressed drinking water because it's really hot here. They usually have aircon in our ships. Not used to this climate.
I love that. When did we last see each other?
I feel like it's been a long time, but I remember your face perfectly. I have a question already. That's why I'm like.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, Solara walks out onto this terrace, and you're out there. You've got like a fan and this big glass of water that you're trying to drink. And I kind of chuckle because I think it's cool and breezy here compared to where I'm from. And so I walk up to you and kind of lean up against this railing and look at you. We parted on bad terms, and I'm nervous to see you now.
Yay!
Do you smile?
Yeah, of course I do. But it's the kind of smile that you have for like a dead puppy. Like you love the puppy, but it's dead. No.
What?
Like,
wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oof.
I'm sorry. Was that
My
too
heart.
dark? Was that too dark? Okay. No, but I mean, like we had something, but it's like gone.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Like it was
Like
really
nostalgia for what once was.
Yeah, but it could never be.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I used to worship you and dog your heels, and I'm concerned you still see me that way. I feel like we went to the same school, because I feel like when we were younger, the war wasn't as tense, the factions weren't as pronounced. You know, we like.
Did you used to maybe belong to a different kingdom that has since sworn allegiance to the Legion?
That's possible, but I was thinking that there was like some kind of academy for like royalty that all the royalties,
Yeah, I like that.
Royalties towards, and we were just seatmates a lot. So you have that pang of like, oh, and if there was peace, you would not be my enemy. But you know, but you know, it's like it's not peace right now.
Yeah. So I do think you get that same kind of aloof air, like, oh, he's up to his same tricks.
So do you greet me as an equal now, or subtly dismiss me?
I think after this like half-hearted smile that you gave me, no, yeah, I'm gonna be dismissive.
Oh my god! How are you dismissive? Like, do you try to like find a different terrace to look out on?
No, I think it's just this kind of like smug knowing look. That's just like I came out here expecting to be alone, and oh, it's you, and I have to deal with you now, and I'm just kind of like aloof about it.
Ah, damn. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I asked Saul about like yeah, so I'm hurt by that. I'm hurt by that, but and then I feel like I just absent-mindedly, after like drinking my ice cold water, ask Saul. Well, a part of me wants to ask about the weather, but 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 I feel like I'll ask about so the kingdoms isn't still budging, aren't they? Feels like I traveled all the way here for nothing again.
So I will say, I think this sounds like talking it over.
Okay. Which one?
So
oh, okay, fine. Okay. So we skip to talking it over.
Yeah, so that is. So do you think that this is a tense argument or a favor or an understanding that's going to come out of this?
understanding.
Okay, I like that. So let's jump down here. So this is your this is your starting game. So you can say, you can read that out. And
I'm just okay. Ask your chosen partner how you. Okay, we were talking on the balcony. Then ask each other, what do I notice about you? Other players can join freely if it makes sense. Firm's position begins. Yeah. So yeah, I start with a topical question. Like the kingdom's not budging, eh?
yeah, so I think you notice that during that whole meeting, I had the same kind of like stoic blank face that like it was annoying and kind of just frustrating to look at. But now I've kind of dropped that face and I'm being a lot more expressive about what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, like you have less formal speech with.
Yeah, I'm being less formal about everything. What do I notice about you?
You notice that even if I measure my words before I speak, I deliberately like face towards you, wanting to be able to connect.
I love that. So you asked me about the kingdoms, and I kind of roll my eyes. You know that we've been trying to tell you what we want for years, and every single time it always comes back to this. It always comes back to this. You know that. They're not going to budge. Nobody's going to budge. It's going to move on just like it did last year and the year before that, the year before that.
Then I feel like Prince gently nods and then looks at you squarely, like, what do you want, actually?
It's my turn to ask you a question.
Oh, okay. I'm just RPing. I'm just RPing, but yeah.
Yeah. So, you can tell, I'm feeling expansive. What do you want to know about me?
Oh, everything. I'm kidding. What do I know about you? What do you want to know? Has your ambitions changed? Like, are you becoming impatient with how much we're in this stalemate for these years? Like, I've known you. You're, you like getting stuff done. So having this meeting that was X hours long again. So I'm like thinking what's going on under your hood. Like, how's your passions changed about this?
And I definitely have the, like, I turn and look out over the balcony and out across this big valley that's eternally in darkness, and I shiver. I don't like it. Can't see the sun here. I don't know if my ambitions changed or the world did. But
Ooh.
it's getting harder and harder to just kind of stay out of it and be ourselves.
Yeah, but you're a princess, right? You're supposed to be able to do stuff.
Sure, I can. And she holds up a hand, and there's a little ball of flame in her hand. Yeah, cool, great. I can light things on fire. Really useful when you live in a literal city made of rocks, and there are no trees, and there's nothing flammable anywhere. Real useful. I can't do anything. So
Maybe your family can?
Mom? No, she's not going to do anything. She's been stuck on this neutrality binge for years. She's not going to change her mind now. Do you want to ask me a question from the list?
Yeah. I hope to convince you that, and then I talk strategy. I hope to convince you that if such a princess who has fire powers is kidnapped by the kingdom, maybe a once neutral mother would no longer have the opportunity to be neutral anymore. And I would say that, the hypothetical princess would be best friends before with odd kingdom person, so they'd always be safe, wink, wink. Can I convince you?
She's going to smile at that and chuckle. And if nothing else, that sounds exciting. And I'm really bored right now.
Oh my God.
That meeting was awful. Oh my God.
Also, there's like a glowing thing in our ship that looks like fire, so I want someone with fire powers to kind of look at it.
Why not? Sure.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a good place to.
Yeah, that's a great place to call it.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Nosha or Nocturne, do you guys have a scene that you guys are interested in? Another game that you guys want to try out? Maybe a follow-up from your last game that you did?
I'd have to look at Discover. No, that's the one we started with. Never mind.
I have an idea if you're.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
So at some point during our conversation, we both one of us happened to mention this crashed ship, and the other was like, "Oh, right, I've been there. I know about that." And we could venture forth to the crashed ship.
I'm into that.
All right. So Bethany, do you wanna take the lead on this?
Sure. Okay, decide where you're traveling and how you can do traveling together. I think we kind of got that, but ask each other, what do I notice about you?
You notice about me that I am lighter than when we first encountered each other. That this company, and I don't know if we've been imbibing or anything like that, but like I'm there's a certain like almost like tipsiness to me, or like kind of like a head sort of in the clouds kind of thing, but like in a very pleasant, fun kind of way. And it's not something that I think you had seen from me before. What do I notice about you?
That I seem a lot more approachable when I'm just with you, as opposed to like with the people who came with you. Like the more people there are, the more like, I guess, stern and serious I look. But like if I'm just talking to you and there's nobody else in sight, I probably seem, much more relaxed and like I actually maybe tell a really dumb joke.
I love that.
To start the journey, the one who is least familiar with the land through which you travel asks the question of another player. It would probably be you.
The path is torn and treacherous here. What made it this way?
landslides, but they're not in recent memory. But there's sort of a story that like some explosion or disaster of some kind caused the ground to shake, and there were a lot of landslides. So it's my theory is that it's from that ship crashing.
Cool.
And I'm like talking about this as we walk, like, oh yeah, these landslides happened before anybody I know was born, but like, here's what I think caused it.
Nice.
Take turns asking questions. If a question fits the general action you want to take but doesn't fit the context, okay. Okay, cool. Sensing trouble, I move to protect you. What blow do I take in your place?
Oh. I think that we noticed that this part of the wilds, there have been some like Legion like drones and like auto turrets and stuff set up. And I think that you notice a tripwire before I do, and you kind of like push me out of the way so that I don't trip it. But then as you're doing that, you trip it.
Oh.
And I think that, it's probably some sort of like blaster fire that, maybe I don't think like it hits you square on or anything. But, maybe you get a little like, a little scorch on your shoulder or something like that.
Yeah. So we're like, find some cover, like, go back and hiding behind some rocks or something. And
yeah, so it's my question now?
So you guys
Right.
go back and forth asking questions, and then at any point you can choose to ask one of the closing questions, and that ends the scene.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that this goes easily into this other. Well, let me see real quick. I guess just kind of coming out of this, like finding these auto turrets and the tripwire and the drones, a situation befalls us that requires great focus and skill to overcome. What is the challenge and how do you help me? And just to make it so I'm not like asking a leading question of like, oh, this is what we already explained or whatever, like, a challenge that's like something new to the situation. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I think that the tripwire and the gunfire attracts these drones, right? And see, we are trying to, I think to get away from them or to keep, out of their sight, we have to go like down into the shadow part of the valley where it's like just dark and like just sort of pick our way like through this rocky rubble from the landslides down at the bottom. And how do I help you? I help you find like the way through, because there are a lot of really loose, treacherous areas where you would just slide down otherwise.
like I have a hard time like finding my footing, or like I kind of go to step in a place where like it's clearly like loose rocks or something, and you kind of catch me or like help guide me like the best path down.
Yeah, I think so. Like it's a like there's a look to the loose rocks that you learn to recognize eventually, but you wouldn't necessarily know it if you just got here. And area using staggering. I just it's kind of the same thing. We find a safe clearing and stop to take a rest. What comforts do we share here?
Yeah, I pull out a canteen with water in it and offer you the first drink. And I think I don't know that we established like what time of day it is, but in my head for whatever reason it's night. And I guess because we were talking for hours before. And I think that, you know, probably pass the water back and forth a little bit, and then also just like we're in a spot where like we're kind of towards the, you know, the, like you called it, like sort of the shadow part of the um, canyon or whatever, but like we have a clear view of this just like brilliant, beautiful sky with, you know, more stars than, you know, I mean, probably not as you know, awe-inspiring to you having come up in the wilds, but I think for me it's just really breathtaking. And you know, maybe you point out some of the constellations and things like that that I didn't know. um and um I think we make it to our destination. What is happening when we arrive?
There's already a group of people there sort of picking around the crashed ship. There's somebody standing on top of it, like with this sort of headset, listening to it and taking, like, trying to transcribe the whispers.
Oh shit.
And there are other people just sort of looking around, trying to, like, looking for ways to get in.
Are they like obviously like, are they Legion? Are they from one of the kingdoms? Like, can we tell?
Go ahead, Maria. Yeah, if one of the other factions here would like to claim this.
Yeah.
What are you feeling, Sam?
I love the idea of like there's a bunch of Legion soldiers that are trying to like extricate this ship and steal tech off of it. That's very on brand.
Well, that would make sense of why they set up auto turrets to guard it.
It could be funny if, like, for the episode there was like this long venturing party, and then when you cut to the inside of the ship, Prince and Solara are in it. It's like the
Yes.
other two cast members took ages to get there, and then we jumped to like the Legion being there, and like
Yep.
them like going like that to the to this giant red crimson crystal that's like that has those voices, you know.
I like that. That's fun. I think this is a good spot to take our second break. So let's take 5 again, and I will see you all just before the top of the hour. Right. So I'm gonna hand it over to Maria because it sounded like you had an idea that you
Oh
wanted
no. Oh, okay. um, Okay, so the Legion troops are there, but they're oddly very quiet. I think it's because they know that one of their little prince boys are trying to hear something. I feel like we're both in the heart of the ship. It's very, very cold, and now it's Solara's turn to be uncomfortable with the climate. Haha. and then, and then I feel like is there a way? Like I want to science with this thing and I want to fail. So I'm like looking at the game and I'm looking at the mini games and I'm like, which one of these is gonna help me do that? I'm like, Let's see.
So the more interesting thing with these always is the interactions between the two of us or between the people that are there in the situation. And so we can have this thing going on the side.
Oh, I have an idea though.
Okay.
I feel like if that's okay, I kind of want to just say in the fiction that I pass out trying to listen to this thing, and that Solara's too busy trying to like wake me up. That both I was gonna say Bethany and Jax. Let me just check the character. Go. I feel like both Nocturne and Nosha, like literally, like just grab it, and then we go through it, the chase mini game.
I like that. Are you guys good with that?
Sure.
I like it.
Yes.
What did we grab?
The talking ruby.
There's like this dark crystal in the heart of the
yeah,
the
absolutely.
spaceship.
Yeah,
So,
like we dislodged it for you, but you guys took it. I don't know how you crept through the guards. Maybe they got really sleepy, you know.
maybe the like power, like whatever you were doing, like knocked like everybody out. So like when we were getting there, like there's this like wave, and that like momentarily, like I don't know if they're like fully unconscious, but like so we're like crap, and Nocturne and Nosha like kind of sneak into the thing as they have an opportunity, and then they see the two of you inside, and grab the thing and take off.
Yeah. So I have like a couple of questions just for the fiction. Like, one is how does Solara wake me up? Like, and then I feel like how does Nosha and Nocturne react to these people around the Ruby? I mean, I guess Solara, because the Legion you already kind of knew why they were there. But you're like, oh, this person doesn't look like they're looking them.
Yeah, but I mean, she's with you, right? So I think my reaction is, oh, the Legion found their way into the ship. Oh, they really seem to want this thing. We shouldn't let them have it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe they captured Solara on the way.
Oh, yeah. Do we hang around and try to rescue Solara? We think it's been captured.
Like, that's my question. Like, what's your reaction to Solara being here?
I think that earlier I had like, you know, gone on one of these like outreach missions to Solara's kingdom. And so I'm very, very surprised to see her there. And yeah, not sure if she is a prisoner of the Legion or there by choice. She doesn't really look like a prisoner. So I think, yeah, I'd like to think that I've interacted with Solara before and kind of have this, wait, what's going on? Oh, well, we better run.
Okay.
Yeah, and then between Nosha and Nocturne, who grabbed the ruby? And that's what caused you know, like Raiders of the Lost Ark time of like when you grab the thing, finally the ship comes to life and you're like, oh, okay, we gotta leave even though we're talking to Solara. And maybe that's what wakes me up. because it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the ship,
okay,
the
so I
ship
can grab
starts
it, yeah.
rumbling, and the two of us wake up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
love that.
the- like whales a little bit.
All right, so as the one with the ruby, the quarry is the one who conducts the chase. So first, say where you're going.
I was gonna say just running out, but there's
Maybe-
the Legion is still out there, so and probably awake since these people are kind of this one person anyway, one Legion person is starting to wake up. Somehow the other person didn't get knocked out at all. So I think I'm running like deeper into the ship to try to hide.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
that, and we're running through this abandoned ship. Yeah. So between I this is built for kind of one-on-one, but I like the two-on-two aspect. So maybe we'll do more challenges
Mm-hmm.
instead of just 4, and we can kind of step through them however we want. Nocturne or I forgot that I'm not sharing my screen again. I keep doing that. Here we go. Okay. So, Nocturne or Nosha, do you want to pick our first challenge?
Nocturnal, this is all you.
Okay. Probably not thorny briars in here.
Probably reskin that though, right?
Yeah.
Like a broken web of wires and cables that have all burst out of an electrical panel.
That, you know what? That sounds good. I like that. Yeah, I pressed through this broken, like sparking, smoking tangle of wires.
Colored.
If you dare to follow me, throw. On tails, you're tangled and torn and must extract yourself, and I gain a token.
All right, so
Don't
throw
know what I
is
would use
just
it for,
toss
but
toss a coin. And then so the tokens are for at the end of the scene, whichever side has the most tokens won the chase.
I see.
Oh, I see. Oh my gosh. Wait, I dare to follow. Oh wait, no. I feel like no. I still feel like I'm a little bit groggy. Fine. Fine. Anyone else can follow, or at least Solara, I think.
No, I think I love the Solara just shouts, "Wait, hold on," and just like tries to like barrel through this thing. So let me grab a coin somewhere. I've got a dice right here.
Oh, odd or evens. Yeah.
Here we go. So I've got a D4 here, so even is heads. And that is a 3, so that is a tails. So I get tangled and must extract myself. And the I in this case, I think, is still the quarry side. So you get to take a token.
Okay, cool. Mark it somewhere.
The floating here doesn't help you.
No, it really doesn't. Like I tried to fly like up and around this thing, and I just got tangled up higher off the ground.
Like there were more wires up there.
Yeah. And so we're gonna pick 6 challenges, I think, and you can assign them to either one of us. 2 of them have to be admissions.
Okay.
I think I
Kind of
have
use the
I think I have an admission. I steal a glance back at you. I think this is Prince. And you're nearer than I thought. I think that I didn't even realize that you had woken up and taken off after us, I think. So you're nearer than I thought. Throw. On heads, You put on a burst of speed and gain 2 tokens. And I did put in the chat a role for your party link just in case we wanted to use that.
I did see that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So that's your role, right? Or I roll?
Nope, that is
No,
that is
you
rolling.
throw.
Okay. So heads is 5. Oh, wait, oh, sorry, I got used to like rolling like two dices. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's an even, so it's a tails.
All right.
Okay.
So
you gain the tokens, right? Or I, yeah.
So nobody, on a tails, nobody gains a token on this one.
Yeah.
So you do not get this burst of speed. How do you keep away?
Yeah, so it's just surprising, like, yeah, because I kind of look like a shadow, right? So instead of like being inspired by your adrenaline, you just kind of steal your own nerves and keep running.
Yeah, I always love the thing in chase scenes too of like throwing down obstacles as you run. So I think there's like maybe some of that going on as well.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Back to Bethany.
Okay. Thanks. I plunged through stinking muddy water. I think in this case it's like oil or coolant fluid or whatever kind of engine-related liquid this ship has on it, because it's crashed. There's damage. Follow me if you dare, but you'll need to ignore the stench and filth, and your clothing will be ruined. Nobody has to throw for this, it looks like.
No, who do you want to direct that one at?
Oh, right. Let's go with Solara.
Okay. It definitely takes a lot of she like stands at the edge of the water and just like, oh God, why? Who does this? And then dives in after you. And so nobody gets tokens on that one.
No, we just get covered with this.
We just get covered
stinky,
in
disgusting engine fluid.
I'm not happy about that. My hair is all wet. My wings are all wet. Not a good time.
I race along a high and perilous ledge. If you Prince, I think right now it just sort of seems like Solara is following Nocturne and Prince is following me. If you Prince dare to follow me, hold on, the little, oh, I can move that. Okay, the little video window was on top of it. If you dare to follow me, throw. On tails, you have to slow down to pick your way carefully along, and I gain a token.
Okay, so I throw, right? Okay.
You throw, yep. And on tails, you have to slow down, and I get a token.
And let's go. I got a 3. What's that? That's a tails, I think. Or no,
well, you said a 2 was tails last time, so it's the opposite of that one.
Sorry.
Okay. So you don't have to slow down, and I don't get a token.
Yeah, what does that look like?
Wait, which one did you pick? The dangerous climb, right?
No,
the top one, the high and perilous ledge. I think it's like I probably scrambled up to like, I'm just picturing like the ship from Alien now, basically. I think because of the coolant or whatever. But I think I like scramble up like onto like a catwalk that's like, you know, poorly attached or something, and jump from that onto like this just like a little like lip basically along the wall, and I'm kind of like as quickly as I can, but still kind of slowly like making my way down that. or kind of across that. And I almost picture like Prince as like the what is it in Terminator 2, the T-1000 with the like, you know, intense
Just
running.
like it,
Um,
yeah.
so what happens when you get up on the ledge? Because you don't have to slow down. Like you're just coming at me. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I feel like as you go up the ledge, I feel like um I feel like I say you're agile for a rat, like as like because you look like you're from the wild. Like you're agile for a rat, but I hunt pests for a living. Something like that. for a living sometimes. And then I don't know if you react to me. I think I'm trying to make you talk. Just so that
I think I kind of like growl. Like I'm kind of just like, oh, and then like keep making my way forward.
Yeah, and I kind of hone into the sound of that so that I could just have a better trace of getting to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure and I feel like I'm not sure in fiction who has the ruby between Nosha.
Nocturne does.
Nocturne does? Okay, but I don't think Prince knows it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right. Bethany, I think this is going to be your last one between, and then Jex is going to get one. And then reminder that we need one more admission from somebody.
Okay, cool. I can do that.
Dead end. Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know my way around the ship, so I think dead end makes sense. So I leave myself into a dead end and have to dash past you to break free. Throw on heads, you head me off, and gain 2 tokens.
I love it. So let's roll a d4. That is a 2, which we said was tails. So that is not good on me. I think I love this image of
I'm
you.
covered with oil, so and so are you.
So in the episode, it's like Solara and Prince are like acting like a team, and it's like Prince is like overcoming every obstacle, and then Solara is like, "Oh, yes, damn it!" And every cutaway.
Yeah, like I think at some point we split up, so like there's 2 different chases going on here.
Going on.
I love the image of like you run into this dead end, turn around, I'm like coming around the corner and you just slam into me and I slip and sprawl out on my back.
Yeah, and I like slide also, but managed to stay on my I skid like almost like I'm on skates or something because I'm also covered with stuff.
I love it.
How all of you are cursing, or if all of you are talking at this point. Like, head end, and then what do you say?
I don't think I'm talking except maybe to like yell if I, when I hit something or.
Yeah, no, Solara is definitely yelling, Nocturne, please just stop running. Slow down. Freaking water everywhere. Can we?
Oh man.
Can we just talk about this, please?
I think these are also good. I think that being high up on this sort of like ledge, I come to like the end of this like area, and then I'm not sure like what's next, and I just make a leap of faith. So I leap out over nothing and make a hard, precarious landing. If you dare to follow me, throw. On heads, you gain 1 token. On tails, you barely catch yourself. You're clinging on with all your strength, and the chase ends now with you at my mercy. Prince.
Okay. So yeah, okay. Wait, I have a question on the so in the admissions, if for example I was okay with it, do I gain the 2 tokens that
Yeah, so
Wow. Oh,
you
I have-
in this case is always the person chasing, and I is the person getting chased.
Okay. Okay. Where is the room? Okay. Here. Yes.
Hey, that's a heads.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens? I forgot. Wait.
So you
Um,
gain 1 token.
Okay. All right. And then hold on. Which one did you pick again in terms of like the
It was
prompts?
the I leap out over nothing.
It's the last one on the list.
On the heads you can. Oh, so do I catch you?
So that's so we can go to ending the chase now. So we compare tokens. The person who's if the quarry has more tokens than the hunter, they break away and escape. If the hunter has equal or greater tokens, they get to pick one of these. So I don't have any tokens. I rolled really badly.
I think the two teams were tied though.
Yeah, we have 1 and you
Yeah.
guys have 1.
Oh, oh, amazing. Oh,
So I guess the question is, do we want to split it up and have maybe Nocturne gets away with the crystal, but Prince manages to catch Nosha?
yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, so I feel like I pinned down. Feel free, by the way, Jax, to like edit anything that I say. But I'm like,
well,
awkward.
I think I choose one here, and then you can narrate based on that. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What sounds most intense? Yeah, I think you've driven me into a dead end and have cornered me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I feel like I say give up the stone to
I
like you have nowhere to hide, and I feel
Mhm.
like I whip out like this pole that kind of looks like that kind of has like a small dagger at the end of it, and I'm trying to point it at you, but at the same time I'm lowering at it, trying to seem friendly.
I think that I just like put my hands up and sort of surrender myself and keep to myself the satisfaction that I know that I'm not the one that has the crystal.
Oh, damn it. And then I feel like I lean in over you and like I hear nothing, basically. Like hear nothing but like both of our ragged breaths from running. And
Right.
yeah, and then I curse like in my head, too prideful to say it out loud. and then I say and then I flip the pole to like the non-pointy part and just push your chest and like, okay, so what are you and your friend doing in this ship? Why do you want the stone?
Should we turn that into one of the games?
Oh, you have a point. You have a point. Yeah, it sounds like a confrontation.
It
Yeah.
sounds like mincing words.
Okay, yeah.
A tense argument, a tender confession, a duel of wits.
Ooh, tender confession. Wait, sorry. Yeah, you definitely have a secret, but just you don't have. Oh, well, I already know you don't have the stone. What do I notice about you?
You notice that I'm scared.
Okay.
There's relief that I don't have the stone and that you're not capturing the stone, but for I don't know how much of this you can like read on my face or whatever, but kind of greater story wise, I've lost so
Mhm.
many to the Legion that now I'm sort of, actually it's not fear, it's resignation. Because I've
Mm.
lost so much to the Legion already that like I just sort of feel like, okay, now it's my turn. And that's what
Uh,
you notice is this resignation.
yeah. Like you look at my uniform and you keep staring at my uniform basically and you're like, oh fuck. And
Hmm.
kind of feeling.
Yeah, kind of like my time is up, and that's how it is.
Mm, I see, I see. I think what you notice, yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
what do
and
I
what
notice about you?
yeah. So I feel like obviously you notice my uniform. But um hmm. Hmm. Wait, hold on. Let me think of something good.
Hmm.
Uh hmm. You notice my uniform, but there's also like wait, I have like something really cheesy in my head and I'm like, Maria, are we doing this? so I'm like
Go for it.
So I'm like, are we really doing this? Yeah, so I feel like oh okay, let's make the ship like the reason. Um I feel like staying in the ship for too long. I'm trying to weave the lore in my head. So because of all the chasing, like one of my like sleeves has been like ripped open like in an aesthetically nice manner. And there's
Of
like
course.
yeah, like let's make this PG-13 but hot. And then there's like a tattoo on my neck on the right side, and it's like this odd fruit, and you've never seen like legionnaire that's in any position that has any visible tattoos, but the tattoo
Mm,
kind of like magic in a sense, like it's
mm,
reacting to the weird chip or maybe the stone a while ago, and my eyes seem unfocused. Because yeah, you did notice that in the first time that you saw me in the floor, in the initial room, I was passed out on the floor, and
mhm.
you're kind of like fuck Legion, but also what the fuck, like why do you have a fucking fruit on your neck? I mean, as a
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah, that I think that's awesome. And I'm totally picturing it as a finger lime now.
Yeah,
Um,
because I draw cards randomly for like questions, and I drew
uh-huh.
this, and there's like a I'm drawn to like that tattoo on
Oh
my
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
it's like a
Um,
lover's
well, I was going to suggest that Nosha has the most to hide because I don't think that Prince knows that she's with the rebellion.
card.
Um,
Okay. I
but now it sounds like you're hiding something too. So I don't know. I think it could probably go either way. Do we want to throw for it?
yeah, sure. Okay. Like I'm Tails.
Okay. Do you want to roll it?
Okay, okay.
And
Ooh,
tails are even still, right?
yes. I say yes, but I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna rely on you Yaku, when I forget again. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's a 4. So that's
So that's tails, right? So that's you.
yeah, so it's me. So I have the most to hide. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you begin.
Oh damn it. Wait. Okay. To open account, speak in character, then ask a leading question, use improvised conversation, blah blah blah, and use your abilities. Okay, my abilities are like tactics and clairvoyance. Oh yeah. I have a question for Jex though. Let me look at your character. Hmm. What's a really intense what's your most intense memory of like the Legion in terms of like because you said that your family always has stories of, like who was taken away or
Um, yeah, I mean, so I think, in terms of like my family, it's the rebellion, right? Like there's no like particular like family unit that I was a part of, but
Mhm.
there's definitely like, kind of
people.
started out with like, adults who were fighting in the rebellion when I was a child who never came back or who became prisoners of war. And then, encampments being attacked and like people that
You're
I was
like,
friends with.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
my worst memory, I think, is seeing like like a big, Legion ship, like a gunship, basically,
Mhm.
coming to the encampment where my group was staying, and myself and another person. And I think this is when I was like a teenager or closer to an adult. But myself and another person kind of like ran together, and only one of us, only Nosha, made it out. So that's my like worst memory of the Legion.
Oh yeah. So I feel like because my psychic shenanigans has been open since I was trying to seance with that stone in the start. I think I see that. I feel guilty. And then
Mm.
leading question, your words bring me to tears. Do you stop to comfort me or do you keep talking? What do you say?
Oh,
Like what do you say that makes me go like, yeah.
I think, I wonder if instead of like it being direct words, it's that image that you get in your head, like that memory.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And like
yeah.
because you're seeing it from my perspective,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're this like young girl, seeing this gunship roll in,
Mm,
and you're seeing it all through my
mm.
perspective.
And I remember
Um,
it was like one of the first campaigns that I was actually like the assistant co-pilot, whatever, co-captain of. And I was like, and I remember how my hands trembled about seeing people fall in my hands. And then I think it was the first time that I've ever like seen a direct vision of one of my victims when I was,
mm,
yeah. And
yeah.
I feel like a part of me just um plops down on the floor, but I still have like the pole pointed at you.
Mm-hmm. I
And
think
stop to comfort me, or do you keep talking, or do you
I
keep
do
just
not I do not stop to comfort you at
okay?
all. And I think if everyone is okay with this, because I've been trying to think of like what this stone ability is.
Okay.
If this is too like far outside of like whatever,
Mhm.
I think it's the ability to put walls up around my mind.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
I think that I sense that you're in there. And so
Mhm.
I put up this wall, and
But you
I
don't
think I
have.
just sort of,
Oh, you mean your ability? Okay, I see.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because my
yeah, yeah.
ability is stone, so I mean, if I'm stretching it too far, like tell me I'm stretching it too far. But I that's sort of what came to me here. And yeah, so I think I feel you in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I put up my walls, and I just sort of like I kind of grin, because like
Mm-hmm.
I sort of think now that I have um one up on you. Um so let me see. Um I think I jab a quick insult at you, hoping to break skin. I'm not going to be able to think of something clever on the fly, but it's like some sort of like, you know, Legion scum kind of whatever the um, you know slang that the rebellion uses
Mm-hmm.
against the Legion. I think I say that, and I hope that the combination of like what you just saw, like seeing what the Legion has done to my people, and then that combination, I'm hoping that it breaks skin. Um, is it miles off, or does it sting?
Stings a little bit, but not as much as like the memory a while ago.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I I feel like it's my turn to laugh a little bit, and I'm like, you're one to talk, and then I mean, you don't look nicer for wear, and then I feel like because you say something like Legion scum, and I'm like, you're the one in rags. I'm like, excuse me, you're the one in rags, and then I feel like. What do I say? What do I say? I feel like I say, I want to do that. I reveal my true feelings to you, saying blank. Do you meet them with compassion or confusion? I feel like I say, I feel like I say, I know it doesn't cost or sound like anything, but this Legion scum says sorry. And you saw the kidnapped princess. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just saying, oh, like I was just reacting to that.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Yeah. And then I said, you saw the princess with me. She was cooperating with me. She was cooperating with me. I've done no harm with you yet. I'll let you go, or like, and I promise to do no more harm if you'll help me decipher the stone. Like the ruby in the center of the ship a while ago. It has too much magic. It's too dangerous. The ship is dangerous. And yeah, something like that. This ship is dangerous, and I feel like we'll figure it out better together.
So do I meet that with compassion or confusion? Jax, the player, wants to meet that with compassion, but I don't think that.
Yeah.
I don't think that that Nosha would. I think that it's confusing and off-putting.
Okay, yeah.
But like she's been lied to too many times by the Legion, so she interprets it not as your true feelings, but as a trick or a trap.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think your words send me into flying into a rage. Do you attempt to calm me, or do you let me take a swing at you?
Yeah, no, I'll let you hit me in the face.
Okay.
I feel like I'll do a closing question of, I take a chance at guessing your true feelings. Do you respond with relief, fear, or fury? Yeah, and I feel like I take a chance at, I feel like I just say that right now, you're confused and alone, and a part of me wants to go like, yeah, you take a swing at me, but I also like do that, like, so you take a swing at me, punch, and then I grab like the wrist and like try to jujitsu you backwards, so that I could still capture you in a sense. And then I say that I don't know if I make you pass out or something, but like I feel like I'm just trying to get you to Solara. Yeah.
Okay.
But you could lash out at that, or you could like offer that we have a fucking I feel like you could have a fight if you want.
So the way the thing is worded, keep
Mhm.
asking questions back and forth until an answer ends the conversation. That could have been throwing a punch ends the conversation. That is a valid conclusion.
Wow.
It's not maybe it's not
So-
one that reveals a lot of secrets, but
well, I think I think that, you know, I respond with fury, and I think wherever that would take us next is where that would take us next. I don't know if that's the
Yeah, I
fight
feel like,
one or if we want to pass on the spotlight. But yeah, I think I respond with Fury.
Yeah, I feel like Solara just bumps into us, into our seat, and it triggers a mini game.
Well, I think like the picture in my head is like this is like the scene before the commercial break, right? Where like
Yeah.
I take the swing at you, you grab my wrist, you're trying to hey,
But I grab your wrist. Yeah, yeah.
And you're trying to say like, hey, no, we need to figure this out together, like et cetera, et cetera. And I just like you're still like holding me, and I just like push forward, and I think I try to like storm away. So yeah, whatever happens next, I'm glad to pass the spotlight and come back to potentially combat or do that or something else completely. I'm cool with whatever.
I think that is an excellent closer to our session.
Oh, okay.
If we want to end it now, that gives us a little bit of time to debrief after this. So I'm good with closing here if you guys are.
I'm good. Yeah.
All right. So in that case, thank you everyone who's watching. This again was a production of the Gauntlet Hangouts. Links in the description if you want to come and join us. And maybe, hopefully, I'll get to play a game with you soon. Until then, I'll see you around. Bye, everyone.